Welcome back to the Missile Hideout, as the search for the Hilluff Observator continues. During the break, I've had a chance to go and look up whether Observator is indeed in the dictionary. And guess what? It is a real word! So once again, Pokemon Green outsmarts me with its knowledge of obscure English words. I'm beginning to think that those translators are a lot cleverer than we give them credit for. Or at least, I give them credit for. This bloke is about to give us a massive clue as to the whereabouts of the lift key. Now, this is one of the aspects of the game which will have you tearing your hair out for hours on end. You see, in Pokemon Green, it isn't advisable to go around talking to people after you've battled them, because there's a good chance that they will crash the game. And it's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing so up to this point. However, it's something of a requirement if you want to get past this part of the game. As we see this Team Rocket member doing his best Luke Skywalker impression. We're supposed to receive the key for beating this bloke here. However, first, we have to speak to him. See there? He drops it conveniently. And for some reason, it's a ball-shaped key. How curious. Not quite as curious as the Curious Sugar, but curious nonetheless. We're just going to give Bicho some crack to free up some space in our portable luggage. Man, that sounded wrong, didn't it? Anyway, we've found the key of lift, which I guess is the same thing as the lift key. And this bloke still goes on about the secret hidden lift key, even though he just saw us pick it up. What a blooming idiot. Of course now, we can go and operate the lift, which is our key out of this godforsaken place. But first, we have to navigate the floor puzzle once more. You know, those double arrow symbols, fast forward symbols even, would seem to indicate that they'd speed you up. Yet, for some reason, as I've already said, they slow you down. Where's the logic in that? Sorry, I'm just moaning because I don't like this puzzle. I'm not against puzzles in general, but in this game, there always seems to be one thing in each individual puzzle that'll cheese you off. For example, with this one, it's too slow. With the bin puzzle, it gets repetitive and feels tacked on, as I've already mentioned. I really shouldn't complain about the puzzles, because without them, this game would be almost entirely trainer battles. Are you the I've lost way boy? Yes, indeed. I am the trusty sidekick of Poor Navigation Man. I apologise for not saying much about the trainer battles, because it's stuff we've already seen about 300 times now. And we've leveled up. Our spec count has reached 100. Why? Why indeed? Why is there a completely blank box of dialogue? We've already been here, so it's time to go and see what's happening in the deepest depths of the basement. But first, I shall misdirect my character out of the lift for no apparent reason. Oh, and note that it's a lift and not an elevator. Further evidence that this is a British English translation. Which floor? I'd like to go to the end of time, please. Yes, it looks like this lift is in fact an elevator to the stars. Aha! This area must be quite important, because there are two guards. You, blokes! Thank you, Mr. Guard. You're the first person in the whole of this godforsaken place to recognise my invisible friend, Bob. Say hello, Bob. Yeah. We get some new Pokemon coming up in a minute. Oh, I bet you can't control your excitement, can you? To bring you back down to earth, here's a chess battle. Basically, this blimmin' desert rat keeps using sprinkle sand to lower my hit. This means it takes forever for me to kill him off, which is cheap because look how much energy he has left. But we do kill him off eventually, and we get to see a brand new Pokemon. Wait for it. It's a burr. You could say he's a B shot of a haircut. But what is this, 1926? Anyway, he's died. Crying or other sound. So once again, we have a guest appearance from good old Dictionary Man. Maybe he should team up with Lost Way Boy. I sincerely hope there isn't anything important in this ball, because, as the game says, so conveniently for us there, we have too much portable luggage. Oh well, gives us a chance to see what's in some of these skill machines. Angle Driller. Probably bought straight from the Home Shopping Network. Well, we'll teach one of our monsters Embrace instead. I assume ye will hug somebody so tightly that the life will literally be squeezed out of them. And I do not know what's going on down there. Some strange garbled characters. For all I know, it could mean, do not use this or the game will crash. Wouldn't be surprised. And all that item clearing for the sake of some bromine, which is poisonous. Thank you for that game. You're so kind. Anyway, I presume we have to beat this guy before we can advance to the big boss man. Yes, he is behind that barricade. From this guard's dialogue, we can assume we have met him before. Well, we've beat him once, and we can beat him again. You see, once again though, Bite leaves a little tiny bit of energy for the Deezer to get a sand attack in. But in that case, it didn't lead to a chess battle. Feeling hungry? Well, it's time for a sandwich. Or at least, that's what I presume the name of this monster is. Sand W, what else could it be? I suppose it could be a sand witch, as in a witch lives in sand. How wronged, but defeated. Crossword compilers, I really hope you're watching this, because that would make an excellent cryptic clue. It'd be perfect for getting people to phone your premium rate hotline. Yes, I'd like 14 down, please. The answer is Observator. Enough of that nonsense, for here is mustachioed mafioso Sakachy. Yes, a very fitting name, don't you think? Look at him standing there in his dressing gown like Hugh Hefner. Who does he think he is? We shall slaughter him. So far, so boring. But look who's up next. It's the formidable Sipho. We shall have some problems defeating this monster. Or not. You know, if this bloke really was a powerful mafia man, surely it would have had me wiped off the face of the earth by now. Surely it would have had some more rare pocket monsters rather than a Lula who I can kill in 2 hits. That is simply foolish. Well, you know what they say. Fool by name, fool by nature. And he reiterates how much better he is than me, and how he'll get me next time. Yeah, whatever. It's not as if you're some sort of organised crime boss. Here's a fair question. Why can't you have infinite items in your luggage? My best guess is that Fool had to steal a plastic bag from Tesco's. He couldn't afford one of those bags for life. And we have found the Hilluff shovel! With it you can dig in many places. You never know what you might find. We're going to use this shovel for hitting ghosts over the head. But you'll find out more about that in the next part, because sadly, this one has come to an end. I guess that, after all that, we couldn't find the Observator. Never mind, because a shovel will do. In these times of economic hardship, you should be grateful for whatever you receive. Besides, I have plenty of items that I'd like to bury in my back garden, but don't tell anybody about that.